What's up, guys? Liam Baldwin here. Welcome back to my creative log. And yeah, so this is about a month late. It's January 31st right now. And I was supposed to release this on January 1st or December 31st, or basically just the end of the year for 2024. So I just want to do a rundown of kind of my creative endeavors in 2024. And I had like a goal I set for myself, and I wanted to kind of talk about that for a little bit because I didn't get to. I kind of forgot about that. So, and apologies, I'm gonna be talking a little bit about films that I've already discussed on here, but yeah. So I've said this 100 times. One of my favorite filmmakers is Joel Haver. He is a YouTuber and filmmaker on YouTube, and he set out for 2024 saying that he was going to make 12 features in 12 months. And he did that. Congratulations, Joel Haver. He's a huge inspiration to me, and that journey that he went on was so inspiring. And him just saying that really inspired me. So I set out for a similar goal, but way smaller. So he wanted to make and release 12. And so I was like, okay, that's not me. I'm not a full-time, creator. I go to school and I have other stuff going on, and I don't have Patreon or YouTube money. So my scale is going to be way smaller. I'm going to make 4, and I don't have to release them. I just need to make 4. And so first one I did was Joel does a Oscars challenge where instead of watching the Oscars, you film a feature-length film, meaning 40 minutes or more. And so I think I reached exactly 40 minutes, and I made a film called Aftermath, which is a film I made immediately after filming a short film that weekend, and just kind of going through my thought process, talking to people about how I felt about the film, and just kind of like showing my night after that. It's all right. I didn't really release it. I sent it to the Oscars challenge, but beyond that, the only person that like really saw it was my friend Matthew, and I kind of want to keep it that way. Didn't love it. Little dumb, little forced, I think, a little bit. Try to make it as real and raw as I could, but it does feel a little forced. But I made it, and that's something. And so then that was March. So in May, I went with 4 other friends of mine to the Wisconsin Dells, and we made a feature-length improv film within 3 days, and we all stayed in a one bedroom Airbnb that was literally like 2 rooms that were so small. It was Star Wars themed. It was so funny, and we just filmed, and we had like 2 actors, and that was about it. And one of the actors was also a producer. We were all wearing different hats, and we actually got like 8 or 9 hours of footage. It was crazy. We took a bunch of release forms, and we talked to a bunch of locals there and people vacationing there, and just had a crazy fun time. And that was like one of the most favorite things I did last year. And it was so cool. That's currently on its 3rd rough cut right now. But the editing process is still going. Then that was May, and then I tried to make a film over the summer. Didn't happen. I realized that if I'm going to make the film I wanted to do, I'm going to need more money, more time, more determination. I go back and forth between Chicago and Pennsylvania during my breaks from school. So because of that, I just like had a very limited time, and I was just like, this is so much bigger than I can do right now. Put that on a back burner, maybe this year, maybe next year. And then in the fall, I actually didn't direct my 3rd film. I originally thought I would be directing all of these films, but it didn't actually end up working out that way. And I don't mean to like just cheat and be like, oh, I made another film. But this was the most effort I put into any of the films this year. My friend Matthew, like I just said, that I've worked with before, he wrote and directed this film called So About Smithy. So I produced it, and I also first assistant directed it. And that was like the craziest amount of work. I don't know why I chose both jobs. I just thought I could. And honestly, I think I did a good job. Everyone said I did a good job. It was super stressful, a lot of sleepless nights. It was basically like 2 straight weeks of working, probably 3 weeks counting like the crazy pre-production right before leading up to it. And yeah, I just did so much work for that. So I was like, you know what, this counts. I never said I had to direct it. So this is, I I think it was like about 80 pages. I don't know how long it'll be. It hasn't got its first cut down yet, but that was incredible amount of stress, incredible amount of fun. So many people, so many locations, so many different things. Learned a lot. Cool. And it was also the first time I ever like really produced. So that was I learned so much about producing. And yeah, that was so fun. Then I went back to Pennsylvania, and I decided I wanted to do a film called Forgotten Cowboy that I had been thinking about for a while. I wanted to do it on all basically on projection screens and stuff like that, but that ended up being really hard. I have a really bad projector. I have a really good one here in Chicago, but not in Pennsylvania. So I decided, like, you know what? A lot of this was going to be like kind of different ways of filming things. I was thinking green screen for some of it. I kind of committed to green screen for way more than I wanted to. It ended up also being like a really rainy season. So a lot of the days I did want to go out and film, it was kind of hard. So a lot of it's on green screen. Most of it's on green screen. There's like maybe a couple shots on projector that look terrible. And then there is like the opening and the ending is all like out in the woods. But that was a lot of fun. It was kind of just like messing around with friends, honestly. That was about it. It's kind of dumb, really horribly made, but I hope it comes together well. But I didn't have like any crew. I didn't have any actors. It was just my friends and some equipment that I was able to steal from my friends. Or they let me have for a bit. And so, yeah, it's a messy process. I'm putting that together right now. Don't know how long that'll be, but yeah, that also, I didn't finish right on time. I actually finished like 2nd or 3rd of January, which I was kind of beating myself up for because I'm like, oh, this is a 2024 thing, not a 2025 thing. But honestly, it wasn't about, the timeline. It was about pushing myself to make something. Are any of them that I directed that crazy? I mean, The Dells is pretty cool, I think, but like the first and the last films aren't like great or anything. I'm not like super proud of them, but I had fun doing it, so that's what matters. I'm super proud of Matthew for So About Smithy, and I didn't even mention, but I co-directed the Dells movie with my friend Jonas, and so I'm proud of him, and I'm proud of myself for all this as well. And yeah, so I did all that, and I think that's cool. And yeah, that's about it. Just want to kind of give a rundown because I forgot to. I don't have much to say. I should have done this a month ago. Maybe had more to say then. But yeah, I have a few films that I wanted to make that I didn't end up making that I'll try and make or at least work on this year. I had a film that around Halloween, when we were making So About Smithy, I tried to make a small feature, but ended up not happening. So I filmed a little B-roll. I still want to use it. Probably try and make that in the next few months. I'm making a short film tomorrow night because I have to for a Directing 5 class. My friends are going to help me. Hopefully that comes together well, but it's not like anything crazy. I wrote it in like an hour right before the due date. So we'll see, but maybe I'll make a video about that. And yeah, thanks. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching my creative log. Bye-bye.